Buongiorno, everyone. I don't know why I thought I could say that because I can't really say that. Hey, guys. So, wow, I did a video earlier today. Hopefully, you guys are still there. That was weird. I did a video earlier today and I published it onto YouTube, and I was feeling pretty good about it. And I was waiting for a little bit because I was going to go get it from where I published it and put it in the group. And I went back and I had a message that my video had been deleted for talking about something that is technically technically considered illegal on Facebook. I did not know that. So I will not mention what that was. If you saw the video earlier, you probably already know, probably already guessed. But I'm going to be much more careful in this one. I'm one of those people that I just talk about what's on my mind. As you can see, I don't have no scripts. I don't have notes for myself. I don't even pre-plan usually what I'm going to talk about. Sometimes I have something on my heart or on my mind, and I come here to share that specific thing or whatever. But usually I just come here to check in and stuff, which is what I was doing today, come to check in. And I just share what's been going on for like the last week or two, right? And that's all I was doing with the other video, but apparently it was inappropriate. So, hey everybody, how have you been? So, for the last couple weeks, I have been doing life, guys. This is what happens when you reach goal and you're in maintenance land, and out of control eating is not an issue, binge eating is not an issue. So I want to go back. I want to wrap us back to a year ago when I joined. Well, not when I joined, when I started this. So a year ago, I had been looking for a way to try to do low carb vegan. For the first 5 years that I was vegan, I did high carb, low fat vegan. High carb, zero fat is what I strived for. Um, and I'm not going to say it didn't get me anywhere, because here's where it got me. It kept me, my highest weight ever was in the 300s, like 368. It was like getting up there close to 4, right? I'm only 5'3" and 3/4. So I was pretty heavy. Going vegan and doing high carb, low fat kept me around 250 to 275. So I didn't go as high as I had been before, but I could not go down very low either. Like the lowest I ever made it to as a high carb, low fat vegan was, I don't know, somewhere between 221 and 245. I'd bounce around in there, but I had a hard time maintaining it. So a year ago when I had my stroke, um, through a series of not incidents. I gotta get away from this table because I'm bumping it. Through a series of things that happened, I gained quite a bit of my weight back because I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. I went from walking 7 to 8, 10 miles a day to not being able to walk at all. I stopped working out. I was a beach body coach at one time, but I couldn't work out anymore. I couldn't lift weights. My whole right side was paralyzed. Even to this day, I don't have the strength or the use in the side like I would like to have or like I should have. But I'm grateful for everything I do have. Do not get me wrong. I am grateful. Um, but in the fall of last year, I thought to myself, I can't keep going the way I'm going. The neurologist had told me that being heavy was not good. If I didn't want to have another stroke, I had to get the weight off. There were just all these reasons why I couldn't be that heavy anymore, right? I could not carry that weight on my frame anymore. And especially not getting no more exercise than what I was getting at the time and stuff. I needed to learn to eat less. But I could not eat less because I was a volume eater, and I was a binge eater, and I was a gorger. I mean, I always ate until I was way past comfortable. I mean, I just didn't know how to fix these things. And just for a little back information, I've had counseling for this. I was in a disordered eating clinic before. I've been through all kinds of medicinal cures for this, and nothing has really ever fixed this for me. And I think it was for several reasons. I think my blood sugars were so out of whack. I mean, I was diabetic. I didn't even know I was diabetic until I had the stroke, but I was diabetic. Not like severely diabetic, but just entering the diabetic range. My blood sugars were out of whack. My insulin level was out of whack. All these things were just not functioning properly for me, right? So, when I first started looking for the low carb way, I was seeking something that would level out my blood sugars, help me drop a few pounds easily or quickly or whatever, and help my insulin resistance. That's where I was trying to get to, is that place, right? And because of that, I bought myself the Keto Mojo thing that measures ketones and your blood levels, and I got really serious about checking myself 2 or 3 times a day. I started intermittent fasting quite a bit. I did extended fast. I've done all that stuff in the last year. I've I've done more in the last year than probably the 50 something years I've been dieting when it comes to trying to improve my health. And here's the wonderful news. I have lost almost an even 100 pounds since I started. I'm more in a size 7, 8, and 9 right now. Any of those three. It depends on how it's made. Um, I haven't been this small since I was in my early 20s probably, and I'm 60 now. So yeah, it does work. The low carb thing did work. My very last binge I ever had was November 14th, and the night that I had it, it was like I set myself up for it and told myself this is the last time this is ever going to happen, and it's never happened since. Because here's what I found out after I went low carb and really got into going low carb, and I didn't just go low carb as in, hey, I'm not going to eat carbs. I went low carb as in, hey, I'm only going to eat the very best carbs available to me, like arugula and kale and greens and raw spinach and low carb vegetables that are real green. I like greens. I eat a lot. I eat anything green. I love, and so does my cat. Me and my cat both love all green things. My diet consists of lots of greens, tofu, pea proteins. I love pea proteins. They're very low in fats and they're also very low in carbs, like zero carbs almost. Pea protein milks, pea protein textured pea protein that you can make meat style products out of. For if I want a side of taco meat to go with my salad, I just mix my pea protein into with taco spices and make taco meat. Really simple stuff like that, right? So this goes so well for me the way I'm doing it right now that I entered maintenance almost. I just kind of gently slid into maintenance, like, hey, here I am, and my body. The worst problem I have in maintenance is keeping my weight at one weight. I keep wanting to go down right there. So I've allowed myself to eat a little more lately. So it was a trip because on Thanksgiving we had a taco bar and stuff, and I didn't eat the shells and stuff on because I'm so into that zone that I just don't do that now. But I did eat more than I normally eat. No weight gain of any kind. My maintenance is this is such a dream, you guys. Years ago, I had a fantasy. What would I do in a day? I wrote it out. What would I do in a day if I didn't have to think about food, plan for food, fix food, eat food, sneak food, gorge food, binge food? If I didn't have to do any of those things ever, what would my life be like if I just got up in the mornings, picked out a cute outfit out of my closet, got dressed, and went through my day doing things that normal people do that aren't food obsessed and worried about this stuff all the time, right? And I couldn't quite have a picture of it, but I kind of did. I've always liked art and I've always wanted to be involved in artistic ventures. I just never had the time for it because I was investing my time and energy into having an eating disorder. Okay, that's where all my time, energy, and thoughts were going. I couldn't write. I couldn't plan things out. I couldn't do any of that artistic, creative stuff that was always in my brain because I was too busy focusing on all this food stuff, this obsession that I had. But I always thought that if I wasn't over here focused on this stuff, I would be over here doing this creative stuff. And that's exactly what happened. I draw, I write, I paint, I color. I've got all kinds of ideas that I'm taking notes right now on all kinds of ideas. We're looking for a house to buy right now, actively looking. We go out every weekend looking at houses. And I'm actively looking or keeping notes on things I want to do, specific house projects that we want to do when we get this house that we're going to buy. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited because I've never done stuff like this. So I'm really excited because I'm going to have the time for that because I have a very short eating window. I eat from 12 to 4. Like it's almost 4 now. So my eating window today is over, which is fine. I've already ate. For today, by the way, anybody that wants to know, I had salad with lemon juice and a few little red peppers all cut up, and I had tofu air fried, and I had some cauliflower air fried. That was my lunch today, or my meal today, or whatever. That's really, I wasn't very hungry today, so that was it for me. That was pretty much, that was it. I did have coffee at 12. As soon as 12 o'clock hit, the coffee was ready. That was it. That was pretty much it for me for the day, and that is it for me for the day because I don't eat after 4. I picked 12 to 4 as my eating window because that's what works for me. I I'm a nighttime want to be eater. I want to eat at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I want those to be my hours, and I want it to be good for me. But when I eat at those hours, I don't sleep good. I'm up and down all night. I'm going pee all night. I'm so thirsty after I eat that I drink 4 or 5 cups of water and I'm up all night. It's just not good for me. So I kept pulling it back, and I'm trying to get 6:30, 7:30, wasn't working. So I finally gave in and did the 12 to 4 thing, and that is my sweet spot. Whew. That is my sweet spot. Everything is digested well by the time bedtime rolls around. I sleep like a baby right now. I cannot believe it. I'm not waking up all night to go to the bathroom. It's just like, oh, huh, well, I don't like having to eat so early, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it is for me. It's not that way for everybody. We all have different time zones and stuff, but that's my thing. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing within the next couple of weeks, I am making a what I eat in a week video, because, okay, so if I did a what do I eat in a day video, you guys would be like, that's it? Oh my God, that's just that doesn't give you guys a snapshot or a picture of what I'm eating throughout the week and how I'm feeding my body, because I do fast and feast, which means like today was a very low calorie day, and it was a very plain kind of day, plain salad with lemon juice, plain, everything was kind of a plain day. But tomorrow will be a feast day, and we'll have more of a variety of stuff. Okay, you'll see that when you see the video. You'll see that one day is kind of very plain and simple, and then the next day will be, more of a feast. Okay, so hopefully you guys will get it. I don't have the same relationship with food that I used to have. I don't like I said, I haven't had a binge for over a year. I don't even get the urge to binge. I don't gorge. I don't overeat to the point that I don't feel well, or that I make myself sick or anything like that. I just don't do those things anymore, guys. I just don't. And if I miss eating for some reason, if I'm out shopping with my girls or something happens and I don't get to eat between my 12 and 4 time, guess what? I just fast for the day. It doesn't even faze me. If anything, I just feel so fresh and cleaned out. I love it. So life is different on this side, but it's a lot like I thought it would be, and it's a lot better than I thought it would be. Because every time that I've ever lost weight in my life and got anywhere near where I wanted to be, I immediately did it was like U-turn and headed straight back up, and uncontrollably until I reached back at my highest set point. I remember those days. And I can lose another 10 or 15 right now, and that's fine. If I lose another 10 or 15, I'm fine with that. But if I don't, I'm fine with that too. Me and my husband are both pretty happy with where I'm at. So, it's good one way or the other. So that's kind of a catch up on me for the last few weeks. I will tell you that I'm going to be starting a challenge in December. I'm not going to post about it today because I'm going to do another video, and I am going to let you guys know what this challenge that I'm going to be doing for December is. And if you guys want to join me, feel free to jump in. Let's see, tomorrow's the 30th. All right, so tomorrow I will do a short video telling what the challenge is. I can do one of those shorts or something. So stay tuned and you'll find out. All right, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.